guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're over on the YouTube account and we are checking out the next iteration of the Misty Valley, showing you some tips and tricks that actually do make it a little bit easier. Number one being VIP level, guys. When you start getting VIP level, VIP 8 is the very first level that unlocks the damage reduction and also the increased damage within the Misty Valley, making it a little bit easier, followed by VIP 11 does actually the second boost, which takes damage up to 8%, damage taken reduced by 8%. Then we have VIP 15, which increases that even further to 15% damage increase, 15% damage mitigation, which is very strong. So if you're free to play, VIP 10 is the top, meaning you're still going to get that 4% bonus. In addition to that, guys, make sure you're either doing garrisoned. Garrison will give you availability to Eins, really making it much easier if you do not have that availability going into the short term, either picking up Eins through here, through the mercenaries, or picking up Lucretia, guys. Both of those heroes are going to do incredibly well within the Misty Valley. Both of them are self-sufficient, and you can make a lot of progression in there with either of those heroes. Lucretia, of course, if your team is dying out, is going to give her a massive boost, especially if you do have her built. Same with Eins. Eins is strong enough, guys, to ult and pretty much kill everything within the Misty Valley itself. Now, a couple other things with the Misty Valley is when you come in here, guys, make sure you look at specific stages. 4 and 8 are the stages to look at this week, because when you look at 4 and 8, you do have specific requirements with various teams. Now, this team composition is Lorzen and it is Rigby. If you do not possess one of those heroes, you have to get one of the two. The second one you can go ahead and use a mercenary for. And I've said this before in the videos. You can mercenary one of the heroes. If you have both of them, great, you're all set. You have them. If you're missing one of the heroes, you can garrison the other one from someone. If you are missing both the heroes, unfortunately, that is a stage you cannot complete because you need both of those heroes. Might be a little more difficult mercenarying one of those. And when it comes to the next stage as well, it is you need right there, guys. So you need the brand new hero. So if you did not pull a copy of her, or if you did not mercenary her, you are going to have to come up with a way. And of course, you need more real. So it is double celestial hero in here, and you have to have victory with it, that team. So one of the big recommendations, guys, is saving, and I say this every single time, save the free copy you get when you get the 3-day trial version of Audrey. At this point, you can actually use it for here. Then you can Merc Moriel, or vice versa, depending on the heroes that you have. Again, allowing you to get through the Misty Valley. Now, of course, the big thing with the Misty Valley, guys, is the chest. So the final chest we get through here, you can see being in chapter 40, we have a considerable amount of loot. That's the reason I like to run through this. It has remained the same pretty much with the loot that is going through here, especially when they added some more stages on this. So number one, guys, Hero EXP. We need it every single time. Every single one of my account needs more Hero EXP to continue progression. In here, guys, guild coins we get every day, diamonds we pick up every day, twisted essence we do not. In here, always elite stones, guys. If you have an option to get an elite stone, that could be the celestial or the hypogen hero that you're really looking for. Anytime that you pull one of these out of the elite stone are going to save a ton of Stargazer cards, guys. Same here, poke coins, scrolls you get every single day. It is the elite stones we are looking for. Now, when it comes to the emblems, red chests all the way, guys. Primordial and amplifying emblems you can buy out of the shop. Poke coins, same, you can buy out of the shop. Red chests are the rarity in here. Tier 1, 2, or 3. Of course, you want to go with the highest tier. Even with the gear resonance that is out right now, the tier 3 build itself, so if you're building tier 3 gear itself for a specific hero, is going to provide a much stronger buff for the hero because it's going to include the faction bonuses for the specific hero that you're building up the tier 3 gear for. And here we start getting into the engraving mats. These engraving mats we can actually buy out of the store for the elemental shards. Red chest would be my choice in this one, followed by, of course, another elite stone. When you get into the heroes, so this is when it kind of gets interesting. There are a couple heroes in here that I would really prioritize building. Some of them, if you're early game, it would be heroes such as Rowan that are very solid support. even if they're not built out as much. If you're looking for heroes in the Twisted Realm, you can build out a Grez, you can build out a Scarlet, a couple of those heroes that are really pushing within the Twisted Realm. We have a Laro in here, and we do have Fane. Both of those heroes relatively new, and I believe Alaro's ship is still here. I believe the heroic ship is here. But look, once you kind of cover the Twisted Realm, I look towards the meta comps. So when you look at heroes like Mishka, absolutely being the meta comps. When you look at Raku, when you look at Kren, the build of the meta comps, Oden, another good one. Building out, either maximizing the heroes that you have in here to get the final copy, to pull a hero to actually get them up to Ascended, works really well. Or if you're continuing to add stars onto specific heroes, again, that is another way to do it as well, to really look at it. And this one, guys, I'm going to go with Mishka. I don't have Mishka at 5 stars. I want to get her to 5 stars, which is the reason that I'm looking to pull a copy of Mishka out of here. So when you start getting into the chests and the cores, so this is kind of a case-by-case basis when it comes to the build. Red chests, of course, are going to be a big priority if you have a lot of meta heroes that do not have those plus 30 signature items, especially when a lot of the plus 30 signature items for the meta heroes is required to really build the effectiveness. When you look at a hero like Khazard, Khazard-Mahira combination, Khazard has to have that plus 30 signature item or the hero will not work, which is the reason why I would choose red chests out of here. Now, if you are like me and I have quite a few meta heroes that are completely built out, I would go with the elemental cores. Red chest, you do get on a semi-regular basis. Both the cores and the red chests are kind of the biggest priority within AFK Arena, because once you're building out heroes to the plus 30 signature items, there are an incredible amount of heroes now that work very successfully when it comes to the plus 30 and the plus 60 engraving. When you look at heroes like Mishka herself, building out the plus 60 engraving for her is game changing. Helos, again, plus 60 engraving is game changing. Lucretia, Ainz, there are a lot of heroes that will shine within AFK Arena building out the engraving system. Looking here, since the shards, again, we do get regularly in the shop, I would go red chests on this one. Then we go into Twisted Essence, we get every other day. Poke coins from the shop. The cores are the ones that we need to pick up. Same premise here, guys, red chests, and then more cores. And then it introduces the tier 4 stones. That is right, guys, we're getting into the tier 4 stones within the Misty Valley. Highest tier, of course, remember, they run, I believe it's about 26, and then it moves up to like 30. I believe the tier 4 stones are like 50,000 guild coins, but you only get 2 per month. So prioritizing the tier 4 stones in here, the highest tier that you have access to is really going to provide the most value, because you're saving those out in the guild coins that you're not having to use. So here again, we go to the red chest. Right here, we go to the highest emblems that we utilize. These we're going to get out of the shop every day. Cores, you are not. And then, of course, to finish it out, guys, always Stargazer cards. Stargazer cards are going to really be the only way you're getting out those Celestials and Hypogean heroes to continue to build them out. So that will set it for the treasure trove that we have in here, guys. I'm going to run through just a couple stages in here. Victory for Lightbearers, heroes without a hero dying. So the first one I always do in here, guys, and I run Ainz within this comp, is I will pick some of my Lightbearer heroes, and I'll also pick out a couple tanks that are going to help with survivability. Because if you can go ahead and do this in the one shot the very first time, makes it incredibly easy if you can just do it in one time. If not, guys, after you win the first one, you can drop out your Lightbearer team. And of course, you can go ahead and build in a couple other heroes, which there's the ult from Ainz, guys. All 5 of my heroes live, which means, boom, we completed all 3 of them with one shot. I no longer collect the loot because you have the collect all button right down there. So I just continue going through here. We do the same in the following formations, drop out them, put in the next couple heroes that we have, making sure that we do have some tanking heroes in here. Because remember, this comp specifically relies on Ainz ulting. Another one that you can run, and a lot of players do, is Lucretia, being able to kind of solo this entire team. So really depending, again, on either who you merked or who you do have built, will work incredibly well within the Misty Valley. Some of the stages do take a little bit of RNG to get the ultimate abilities to actually trigger, achieve victory without a tank and mage hero in the formation. Now we got to drop out our tanks, have to drop out our mages, which pretty much leaves it empty. But in my case, we have rangers in here, which include Lucretia. You can actually build this out relatively easy. We got a trigger right there, and there we go. This should have no problem killing the team. Again, based on Lucretia just doing an incredible amount of damage and the crowd control. Lucretia will finish off teams just like we've seen with Ainz and that ultimate ability. Boom, giving us all of our 3 right there. So victory, wilders do not trigger ultimates more than 4 times. Again, guys, looking at the abilities, we're going to put Ainz in here like we have. We are looking for our wilders. We'll go double tank. We'll go double pull. Turn off the ultimate abilities. Just go ahead and trigger Ainz. Or we don't have to trigger literally nobody in that one, giving us all 3 of our trials done. Now this one, of course, we have Lorzen, we have Rigby, and then we have Graveborn. This is one specifically we're going to have to do twice, again, based on the makeup of the team comp that we have. First, we're going to have to run it with Ainz to get that ultimate ability, or Lucretia. And then the second time, we're going to have to go through and use those specific heroes. Again, relying on the absolute broken power that is Ainz. The Lorzen and Rigby, since it is Lorzen and Rigby, we will leave our 2 primary tanks in there. We have Rigby right here, which is awesome. Lorzen we do utilize within our Thorn Cheese. So we know this is going to be a relatively easy. But again, guys, you have to keep Ainz alive. You can see right here, it's obviously not going to work because Ainz died. And that is what happens a lot of time with the tanking ability, because you know Mishka is going to come right over. You know Titus is going to come right over. Both of those heroes, guys, incredibly strong with the damage that they put out. A lot of times Grez can get it done too, even though leaving him in this formation, you could definitely come up with a better build out here, even if we had Rigby built out a little bit more. Roman's another substitute. He can be kind of the tank to keep everyone alive, also with that ultimate ability potion. Boom, again, RNG, Ainz gets it done. Just like that, giving us our gold trial right there. All right, so victory, Celestial Hypogean, Dimensional, defeat a hero within 10 seconds. Now this one usually relies on Iran Leica combination. They are very strong. Leonardo da Vinci can pull some weight in here too. And remember, Celestial Hypogean Dimensional. Lucretia does the same. Ainz is going to take a little bit too long to ult right here. You can see we didn't even get the ult off, but we still got that victory within 10 seconds because of Leonardo. Leonardo, guys, same with Prince of Persia, does an incredible amount of damage and does damage very, very fast. So all heroes in the formation must be the same class. And then we have our light bearers. So doing the exact same, guys, swapping out some of these heroes. We'll swap some tanks in here. We'll run Rowan in here, my absolute favorite hero. And again, we're dependent on Ainz's ultimate ability, or when Scarlet ults, having her built out does an incredible amount of damage as well. And when it goes heroes of the same class, I default to the very easy Lucretia cheese that we have within here. We can put in some of the dimensionals, and I always go dimensionals, guys, just because they're very easy to get. Maxing out the dimensional heroes is relatively easy to build them out because they're cheap to get. Once you get that first copy of them, or if you go ahead and garrison those heroes, you can have them, and boom, completing our gold trials right there. Number 7, of course, we have the Maulers, and then 5 different faction heroes. So we'll get our Maulers in here, which again, you can go with Lucretia, you can go with Ainz, kind of either or in this combination. You know what? We'll put Nemitsu in here. And the majority of the time, Lucretia is just going to burn down the targets and burn them down incredibly fast, especially if they start dying out. She just has to get through the immunity here of Brutus, but she got stuck on it. And again, this is kind of the RNG factor with some of it. Ainz in this one, tanks can usually hold the line. You can see, guys, right there, Khazar got a lucky stun off on Lucretia. That's actually from a critical strike to make it a little bit more difficult, which is the reason I utilize running Ainz in here. He'll power himself up, boom, that usually kills 90% of the content that we have in here, making it relatively easy to get through here. And then 5 different factions. You can just go literally right down the line. I like leaving Screg in here. We got a Mauler in here. We'll go with, let's go with Leica in here. We'll go with Thorin in here. And there is our different factions. Again, relying on Ainz, the power that he brings within team comps. Just got to wait for the immunity shell to run out of Brutus, which is very easy to do. And that gives us our gold trial. Here, I don't have a copy of Alero, or excuse me, Audrey. Audrey, I don't have a copy of in here, so I'm gonna have to wait on that very last trial. I do have a few requests out there to pick up a copy, but I have not seen the copy yet. So it's coming very soon and we'll be able to get that trial. Again, that is the reason why I say make sure you just borrow Merc, one of those heroes, because I have Morio, but I do not have the other one that we're missing with Audrey. So unfortunately, we're going to have to save that trial until we can get another copy of that specific hero. This one, we go back to the Graveborns. And of course, we have the Taint ability up on Ainz, which can be detrimental. But this one, dealing right here, the immunity bug can kind of come into play here. Defeat at least 4 enemies in battle, excluding with the same hero, which of course is exactly what Ainz does within that formation. And then 10 stages, we have the Celestial Hypogean. Frontline must be Rangers. So we can kind of break it out how we have before. We'll go with our Classic. In the front, remember, must be Rangers. So we'll go Ranger, we'll go Ranger. We'll see if we can get this done. Damage mitigation up there for Merlin. Of course, just waiting on the Ainz Albedo combination, which is probably the absolute strongest in AFK Arena. Taking them down very easy. Completing all of our stages, guys. This one, I believe we have a couple more days, 5 more days. So if you borrow the heroes that we're looking for in here, by the time this resets, you'll actually be able to utilize a lot of other heroes, guys. And look at the loot. That is an incredible amount of loot that we pulled out of here. We just missed that one single stage that I do still need the copy that I'm looking to borrow from my friends list with my mercenaries. You can see we have a couple copies right here going of Audrey. I also do borrow the Awakened Taylene just because of the Cursed Realm. I really need the other copy in there. So guys, that is our first 10 stages of the Misty Valley. Really hoped it helped, making it a little bit easier. Again, most all players, guys, I recommend either running Lucretia in there or running Ainz in there as the 5th, since you only do need 4 of each faction to continue in there. So guys, again, that'll do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, and as always, thank you guys for watching.